This is the Sony Alpha A9. It's the top-end prosumer mirrorless camera that Sony makes, and it will be one of the best prosumer cameras you can buy on the market. Can it be used as an everyday shooter? I've been shooting with it in Soho and here in Chinatown for quite a while now. It has 693 autofocus points that cover 93% of a full-frame image, meaning that just about any photographer, landscape, subject, urban, even if you shoot video, will be able to enjoy a fully focused framed image just about in any scenario. So you want to shoot at night with the A9? Well, bump it up to 204,800 ISO. That is the top end of its ISO range, which means that on manual mode, if you know your settings and you can shoot, you're going to have a crystal clear image with as little grain and noise as you've ever experienced before. I've got two main gripes with this camera, actually three. First, this 24 to 70mm lens is very heavy. On its own, the A9 is one of the lightest cameras around that are full frame. But with this lens, it turns into an everyday DSLR, and that kind of defeats the purpose of throwing $4,500 Sony's way. The second thing is, every latch on this camera, every dial, has a security button attached to it, meaning that if you want to change modes, if you want to change focus modes, or even focus drive, you need to hold an additional button and then turn the dial. Third, and probably the least important, are the menus in the screen. It's got a lot of sub-menus, it's got a lot of menus, and you're going to have to get through all of them with either the joystick, the scroll wheel, or sometimes the touch screen. Lest I forget, this is probably one of my favorite features about the A9. Actually, it is my favorite feature about the A9. It has no blackout. No blackout on a camera like this is very useful for action photographers, anybody in motorsports, anybody who's actually shooting subject photography, and you miss people blinking. That gets really annoying. By not having any blackout on a camera like this, it means that the shutter doesn't get in the way of the viewfinder, and you see straight through the subject at all times. This is a great camera for just about any photographer who has $4,500 to spend on just the body. It's not for everybody, obviously, but for the people that it is for, the Sony A9 is probably the perfect camera.